I want to thank Secretary Acosta for being with us. I want to thank Congressman Perry and all the members of Congress who are with us here today. But I have to tell you, it is truly inspiring for me to hear from job creators here in Pennsylvania, to see so many of you out today, to hear the enthusiasm for the President's vision for tax relief and tax reform in the Congress of the United States. I know these members of Congress who are with us here today are going to take these thoughts back. But as I think about what we heard here today, the President's plan can really be outlined in a couple very simple ways. Number one is building on the growth that we see in this economy, and we are seeing extraordinary growth in this economy already. Last month alone, the American economy created 261,000 jobs. That's 1.5 million net new jobs since January of this year. Unemployment. There are more Americans working today than ever before in the history of this country. The stock market, of course, is breaking records almost every day. Created nearly $5 trillion in new wealth for Americans' retirement funds and savings accounts since the advent of this administration. After 8 years, we're the largest economy in the world. The economy of the United States of America only grew by 1.8%. In the second and third quarter of this year, American businesses, large and small, grew this economy by more than 3%. And we're just getting started. I mean, the truth is, and we heard this today. We heard this today from Craig as he talked about his business. It's already added 19 jobs this year, a 30% increase in your company's revenues this year alone. The truth is, confidence is back, growth is back, and under President Donald Trump, America is back. And Pennsylvania knows. But today's really about building on that momentum, because all of that is what President Trump calls a good start, right? And the truth is, to achieve sustained growth, the President and I truly believe, as these members of Congress do, that we're going to have to pass the kind of tax cuts that are going to invite the investment that we heard today. And the President's plan I'll give to you, and then I'll close and look forward to meeting as many of you as you have time to spend with us today. But first and foremost, under the President's plan, we're going to put more money in the pockets of working families. The first $24,000 in income for working families in America will be completely tax-free under the President's plan. We're going to expand the child tax credit for families all across this country, and we're going to end death taxes once and all. Secondly, you heard a lot from these job creators about the need for more simplicity in the tax code. I mean, it's extraordinary to think the billions of dollars and the tens of millions of hours that Americans spend every year filling out their taxes. President Trump has charged the Congress to come up with a plan that will allow 90% of the American people to file their taxes on a single piece of paper. It will save billions of dollars and millions of hours. And lastly, as you heard today, we're going to make American business competitive again. I heard that conversation. I have to tell you how humbling it is for me. I know it is for your congressman. And to be with a man who served 156 combat missions in Vietnam. We're marking the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. Let me thank Ty King one more time for your service to the country. Thank you, Ty. But Ty lamented the outsourcing of jobs from here in Pennsylvania and America. You hear President Trump talk about it all the time. And we're absolutely determined as the President travels over to the Asia-Pacific Rim to fight for the kind of trade deals and trade arrangements that will bring jobs back to the United States of America. But tax cuts are going to be a key part of making American business competitive again. So as I mentioned, the President's vision is to work with members of Congress to lower the corporate tax rate to 20% and lower the rate on pass-through corporations to 25%. And we heard what all that's going to mean. It's just really amazing. We heard Jim and Jean Ream talk about not just their business growing, but the prospect that they would see more startups, more businesses growing in this community that would do business with Ream Printing. We heard Tom Bauman at New Concept talk about the taxes in healthcare being the biggest cost facing their business. In fact, in this bill, President Trump wants to see the Congress completely eliminate the tax on Obamacare imposed on individuals and on businesses. But each and every one of these people, Tom did, Charlie with Maple Donuts, all said it's all going to be about jobs. It's all about reinvesting in their business. And we truly do believe the best way to grow jobs in this country is to give the American people more of their hard-earned dollars in their own pockets and to give businesses more resources to invest in ways that will create jobs. But I'm here today to listen, to learn, and I promise you we're going to carry back the arguments that we heard today. We're going to carry them back to Capitol Hill, and we're going to carry them all across the country, and I'll report them in to the President as he wings his way to Japan. But the other thing I came here to do is ask for your help. And the truth of the matter is we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to pass historic tax relief for the American people. But it's going to take all of us to get it done. I mean, the truth is, in my experience, Washington, D.C. always seems to find a reason why the American people shouldn't be able to keep more of what they earn. You ever notice that? I mean, we haven't had the kind of tax relief and tax reform that President Trump is talking about for a generation. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to reach out to all of your elected representatives. The truth of the matter is we need Republicans and Democrats who represent Pennsylvania in Washington, D.C. to stand with President Trump. And we need to see tax cuts for the people of Pennsylvania, and we need to see it this year. And I want you to deliver that message. But let me just say thanks again. Thanks to Military and Commercial Fasteners Corporation, to Craig, the whole family, the whole team here for making us all feel so welcome. And thanks to all these great job creators who sat under the bright lights and told us your great stories and the contributions you make to the economic life of your communities, but also to the cultural life of your communities. And thank all of you for coming out today. I leave here today more confident that with your help, with the strong support of these members of Congress, with the leadership of President Donald Trump, and with God's help, we will make America prosperous again. We will make America safe again. And to borrow a phrase, we will make America great again. Thank you, Pennsylvania. It is really great to be with you today.